Awakening people message for today is going to consciousness. So open your soul, take a deep breath, close your eyes, and believe in yourself. The planet is increasingly moving toward more revelations with reference to negative actions and the people involved in them. But not scared of what you will see and listen to from commercial news sources or your technology for everything that resonates with old energy cannot help but change or actually disappear as the new and the better frequencies integrate into the collective. Many commonly accepted rules, beliefs, and ideas that over time have resulted in today's belief system must be exposed for what they really represent before those that consider them acceptable are going to be ready to see them for what they really are, programs based in false beliefs and the surrendering or private power to those who seek it for themselves. Appearances who testify that mankind goes backwards and reverting to an old stage of consciousness. Actually, consciousness goes forward. Every day, as higher frequencies of sunshine increase, more individuals become conscious of what up to now has either been sanitized through false teachings or just hidden behind closed doors. Allow your light to shine in each now moment of the day, for this is often what adds to the uncommon frequencies of sunshine flowing from higher dimensions. Accept that you simply are the one you've got looked for over lifetimes. The high resonate energy of every awakened consciousness is what is going to bring change, expose shadows, and assist the unawakened to awaken. Honestly, examine what proportion, time, and energy you spend brooding about negative issues and learn to be very selective with reference to networking, websites, or groups that easily pull followers into dense energy under the guise of data. Many of you starting to recognize an active heaviness when visiting certain sources, news, websites, or maybe entertainments. Be intuitively selective with reference to what you accept into your consciousness. Many sites that began as light fun and interaction with others become platforms for promoting fear and separation. Understand that as your consciousness increasingly shifts to new levels, you automatically move out of alignment with some previous interests online or in person. Attempting to form something from a previous state of consciousness work because it once did is futile and only serves to carry on bound to energy that's familiar but which has been outgrown. Be very honest with reference to how some people, places, or things affect you and have the courage to withdraw from them if they not serve. Not only are you changing, but many things that began innocently enough also changed as they were recognized to be excellent platforms from which to market an agenda. Always hear and trust your intuition in this stuff. There is much to return there once, much that we cannot yet discuss, for we don't wish to influence you or cause you to sit back awaiting the arrival of some concept of Savior. Love yourselves, all of yourselves, not just the good parts, and permit your inner process to unfold. An excellent deal of clearing physically, emotionally, mentally, and spiritually is happening at this point. Many of you are experiencing odd symptoms of one sort or another one or all levels. The clearing of all the energy is individual because energy is waiting to be cleared result from individual experiences and different lifestyles. One person's process could also be to truly re-experience something while another's will simply be to feel exhausted or sick. Allow your process without comparing it to another's. Allowing indicates a consciousness ready to trust that the God of your being knows the way to express itself as and through you without you got to tell it how. In every situation, because if your intention is to be thought, opportunities for practice will indeed present themselves. Rest and pamper yourself once you feel the necessity, but don't endow your clearing symptoms with power. Love and support your human body because it clears out cellular memory and integrates new frequencies of sunshine. Speak to your cells telling them to release low resonating energies acquired through inheritance and knowledge, and permit frequencies of sunshine to exchange them. Visualize bright golden light getting into each cell and pushing out any shadow because it does so. Everyone at some point reaches a level of awareness during which they need to cease looking to other for love, cooperation, gratitude, appreciation, friendship, and support, even from those where it most accepted. These things are God qualities, facets of oneness, that persons in and of themselves don't need to give. Looking to some person for what God alone possesses can only end in disappointment because individuals are only ready to express God qualities at the extent of their attained state of consciousness. Every person eventually evolves to an area where they need to begin to knowledge their oneness with Source and seek only from it. This then allows whatever is required, be in the answer to a drug or the receiving of appreciation, to manifest outwardly through the avenue best qualified. Solution often appear through an individual from who it last accepted or maybe a stranger. Never doubt that what you would like will appear, often before you know there's a requirement, if you rest always during a consciousness of divine completeness. Third dimensional energy isn't always have been about looking outside of self for everything This is often because third dimensional energy can only express as duality and separation. Enlightenment means realizing that harmony, wholeness, completeness, abundance, love, acceptance, appreciation, safety, security, and infinite supply are already fully present within, never dependent upon outer appearances but rather upon a conscious realization of self versus self. God qualities express and flow through humans, but can never be taught them, just because citizenry in and of themselves don't have these qualities to offer. Once you understand this, you stop being disappointed by another's lack of empathy, appreciation, friendship, love, support, or gratitude, because you understand that each person is merely capable of expressing God at their level of consciousness. Most are expressing their highest level of awareness. By not expecting another to offer what only God has got to offer, you are loving and allowing them to be who they are at this particular point in their evolutionary journey. At an equivalent time, you are allowing yourself to trust that what you seem to wish at any given time already exists within the you permit the God qualities of your own divine consciousness to flow wherever and through whomever is that the best vehicle. In these times of change, you are witnessing the disappearance of much that has always been held as being facts about successful living that you simply could believe. Fear often arises for even the spiritually evolved when suddenly they discover certain solutions not work or carefully laid plans fall aside. You have all lived lifetimes based in mind alone, where bloating and planning was the sole acceptable way to resolve problems with any kind, shifting away from mind alone and into truth and intuition in difficult initially when things begin to not work the way they're alleged to. Because almost everyone still carries frequencies reflective of familiar and commonly accepted ways of doing things. Panic, confusion, and fear will often manifest as a private moves to a level of consciousness that needs trust and allowing. Begin to place everything you've got learned about truth throughout this and your many other lifetimes into practice and start to totally embrace the fact that you are a divine. Begin having third dimensional experiences through your own choices. Spiritually was all well and good and even quite comfortable when it had been something discussed in classes, listened to in lectures, read in metaphysical books given through a psychic or by meditating now then. It had been something you enjoyed with compatible people and left you feeling holy and maybe even a touch better than those that didn't know what you probably did. That work is complete. you're able to leave behind spiritual chores based during a sense of separation that promoted struggle during a vain attempts to contact some distant god or become enlightened. You came to believe that spirituality could only be attained through a thought ceremony, rite, practices, and an entire lot of labor. You now know that everything you sought through this practice is within. You may still be guided to hand help from a particular teacher, book, or class to assist you progress through a stuck place, but spiritual tools are never intended to become one's lifeline. In broken release on anything outside of self simply prevents one from realizing that everything they have is fully present within. The books, glasses, crystals, mantras, and gurus necessary to one's earlier step are meant to be bridges landing within. Example: crystals carry unique and sometimes very powerful energy, but are meant to align with and strengthen the same energy within the individual, instead of give them something they don't already possess. Those of you who are spiritual teachers in some capacity must confine mind that is vitally important that you simply never allow human ego to stay your student coming after they able to go solo. A spiritual teacher's job to offer wings to every student as they lovingly guide them toward realizing their oneness with Source. Integrate each truth because it reveals itself to you and live from your highest attained level of awareness. At some point, it began living itself as you without effort or study on your part. Most of you either already there or close to it, or you wouldn't be drawn to our maybe understand these messages. Let go the wants, abandoning and get down that spiritual cliff you've got teetered on for therefore long. Allow your divine self to be your sword and shield. Accept that you simply are a divine expression of God in material form and never are a powerless human subject to all or any the manifestation of duality and separation. There is not needing to stay sick.